Today is June 10th, 2020. I'm Drutter, and it's the 87th day of my lockdown diary. And today, the fourth branch of the US government, aka the mainstream media, tells us that contact tracking could become part of life. Here's how it will work, the headline promises. As I read, I'll change or omit several sentences and phrases to circumvent CNN's use of propaganda techniques. A link is below. As more workers return, companies are considering ways to track them to help prevent the spread of coronavirus. Is it really just the employees that companies plan to track? No, they admit, in other articles anyway, and elsewhere, that they will now also be tracking all customers and all third parties involved. In other words, everybody. And is it just shops and restaurants doing this? Of course not. Governments are doing this as well, so are all schools, public buildings, and so on. CNN is narrowing the supposed impact of these changes by pretending it's only happening in isolated pockets. The opening sentence basically reads, "As society reopens, we are increasing the ways we track people." Quote, "We look at contact tracking as one of the elements to manage bringing people back safely. Companies may require you to check in before entering the building," said some expert. That could mean a temperature check or answering questions. Some might require check-in via app to verify they're not infected before entering. You'd be given a specific identifier to show or scan at the front to be allowed in. If you fail on either of those fronts, your badge could be deactivated. That sounds ominous. They go on. The process won't be over once you're inside. They're still going to want to know your whereabouts. After all, contact tracking relies on an accurate history of who an infected person had contact with and everywhere they went. But how we track people varies. Here are some methods. Your cell phone. Apps can be added to devices to monitor movement via GPS data, as well as create notifications when social distancing isn't being adhered to. Your laptop. When you log onto a laptop and onto a VPN, it captures your location data. Companies are now starting to store and use this data. Your badge. ID badges with RFID chips track the wearer. Companies place beacons, which are wireless transmitters, around the building to communicate with the badges. Wearables. A wristband, belt clip, or neck chain can help with tracking and social distancing. These devices show your location to within a few feet. When within a certain distance of each other, the data is collected and transmitted to a phone or other device for analysis and storage, said the expert. Existing wearables also help with tracking. Your Apple Watch can become a beacon, just like your phone. Sensors. Many newer buildings are equipped with motion sensors to help reduce energy costs by doing things like turning off the lights in a room when there's no activity. These can be fitted with wireless smart sensors that provide location-based tracking. These Bluetooth receivers can track beacons placed on various objects. For instance, some hospitals tag wheelchairs to help staff find them. They can also track employees with an RFID badge, wristband, belt clip, neck chain, or smartphone with the app, making it a beacon. And then they go on with some privacy concerns, as they often do, in a sort of haphazard, loose way near the end of the article. There has been a loosening of requirements since this is a global pandemic, a privacy expert said. There is a bit more that companies can require people to do. That about sums it up, doesn't it? Order out of chaos. Problem, reaction, solution. Never let a crisis go to waste. The technocratic dream, 3 generations in the making, is finally becoming reality. So what can be done? Along with educating ourselves and others, non-compliance is our greatest tool. Not owning or using smart devices of any kind ever shuts down a large portion of the surveillance grid immediately. I've still never touched one and don't allow them in my home. The fewer of us who contribute our data to that system, the less power it holds over us. And we should always be ready to recognize and capitalize on opportunities that will present themselves during these times of upheaval and societal change. Peaceful solutions that return liberty to the people will continue to present themselves. We have to be better informed and minimize our contribution to contact tracking and be ready to seize opportunities as they appear. Something else to ask about this massive push to record everywhere we go and everything we do is why? If social distancing is about slowing the spread of the pandemic so the healthcare system doesn't collapse, remember, flatten the curve, why are we still doing it? The healthcare system didn't collapse, not even close. It didn't even collapse in Sweden, where they did very minimal social distancing and no lockdown. Why are we still trying to protect the healthcare system at the cost of locking down our society, crushing the economy, and killing untold numbers through otherwise treatable illnesses, poverty, and suicide? The social distancing, lockdowns, and contact tracking have been and are totally out of control. Most of it was never necessary and has caused or is causing massive harm to individuals and society. The viral threat has been and continues to be moderate. Yes, it's highly contagious. Yes, it causes harm to some, and it kills about as many people as a bad flu. That doesn't warrant the response, not even close. So I ask again, why are we pushing forward with expensive, inconvenient, privacy-destroying, liberty-destroying, soul-crushing societal changes in the name of safety? Are we not aware that giving up our liberty to gain safety will ensure we end up with neither? That's a guarantee. Therefore, we must not give up our liberty. Be well and be free.